Hello and welcome to Getting to Know Your Device. This is a major responsibility to have a device that you can have at home and in school. You are tasked to keep this in one piece, to keep it working, and to make it through 8th grade with this same device. So you really want to make sure that you're paying attention to this, to learn it, make sure that you keep it charged every night, make sure that you report any accidental damage, but that you don't leave it with anybody else, because this is your device. So the first thing I want to do is teach you how to get back and forth between the start menu and the desktop mode. So when you logged in, you should have came to a screen that looked like this. This may look very different for some of you if you do not have Windows 8.1 at home. So if you notice on the left hand side of your screen, you should have an icon that has desktop. If you click that, it'll go back to what we're probably more used to seeing when we turn on our computers. To get back and forth to your desktop, there's a Windows icon, and there are 3 of those icons that you can find on your computer. The first one is in the left hand corner of your screen. So if you click that, it'll take you back to the start menu. The second Windows icon is actually embedded on the screen. So if you look at the black frame around your screen, in the center at the bottom, you'll see another Windows icon. And then on your keyboard, you should see one at the bottom left hand side between Alt and Function, not too far from the space key. So if you click any of those buttons, it will get you back and forth between the start menu. So let's practice. First, let's click the one on our screen here at the bottom, and we should be on the start menu. Now let's click the one in the frame of our screen in the center. We should be at the desktop mode. And now let's find the one on our keyboard between Function and Alt, and we should be back at the start menu. Okay? Now that we've practiced going back and forth between the start menu and the desktop mode, I want to do the next most important thing, which is going to be internet access. So let's go back to the desktop using any of those ways I just taught you to get back and forth between the desktop and the start menu. And you should see an icon that looks like some bars at the bottom of your screen. You want to click that. At school, you always want to be logged into BCPS Secure. So teachers, I'm going to ask you after I give these directions to pause the video and make sure that every student is logged onto the internet. To log on to BCPS Secure, you would have to click it and click Connect. The first time that you do that, you're going to have to put in your username and password. Once you do that, every time you come to school, it should automatically link to the internet. But when you get home, you may see your home username, your home Wi-Fi address listed there. And your parents can help you put in your username and password for that, so that you can hook up to the internet at home. You can use the same thing when you get to Panera Bread or Starbucks or McDonald's or anything else that has free Wi-Fi. You want to find this icon, click it, and they will show you what internet connections you have available. But BCPS Secure is where you want to be when you're at school, and also at the public library. BCPS Secure will give you free access to the Wi-Fi. Okay. So now that we know how to get the Wi-Fi, we know how to get back and forth to the start menu, I want to show you some of the ways that you can personalize your computer, and then some of the swipe features. So the first thing I want you to do is go over to the left-hand side of your screen where that black frame is, and I want you to swipe in. This will show you your start menu. And your start menu gives you the ability to search, share, get back and forth between the tiles and your desktop, and also the settings feature. So for you right now, search might be important. Like if you don't have Word automatically on your desktop, you could type in Word and find the Word application there. Okay, so you could type in, if you don't know where the calculator is, you can type it in, it'll show you the calculator application. Okay, the other thing that might be useful for you is the settings feature. A lot of you guys love personalizing your computer. So what I did was I swiped in, I clicked settings, and then where it says personalization, you can change your mouse pointers, your desktop icons. So I know a lot of you love to do that type of stuff. That's where you would find it. Okay, the other way that you can personalize your computer is back at the start menu. So find any of those Windows icons and take you back to that start tile menu. Okay, what you're going to notice is that not all of the applications are visible when you first look at the tiles on the screen. I have added some, so if I scroll over to the right, you'll see I may have more than you have right now. But the way I got that is by looking for the application. So you want to take your mouse and hover towards the bottom. You'll see a little arrow pointing downward. That will show you, when you click it, all of the applications that we have. And I'm using my finger to scroll over, or you can always use your mouse and you'll see the bar come up for you to scroll back and forth. Okay? Now, if you want to add something the way I have to that start menu, because you don't want to always have to go and look through all of these. Let's say I want Movie Maker to be on my start menu. What you can do is right-click it and pin it to start, or take your finger and hold it down, and you'll notice that the customized menu for that particular application comes up, and I can pin it to start. And when I do that, it shows up on my start menu, and I no longer have to search for it when I go to my applications. Okay, so what I want to do is practice now some of the swipe features that make it really efficient for you to use this computer. To use the swipe features, you need to have 2 live applications open. So I'm going to open the internet, and then I'm going to touch one of those Windows icons to get me back to my start menu, and I'm going to open the weather. So I want you to do that, open the internet and open the weather, because those are 2 live applications, which means they're hooked up to the internet, and that means they will work for these swipe features. The swipe features do not work with applications like Word and PowerPoint or Excel, things that are not internet based. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is how to flip back and forth between open applications. You don't always have to go to the start buttons to find them. So once they're open, if you take your finger over to the left and flick to the right, you open up the next open available application. Okay, I'm going to take my finger over to the left, the black part of the screen, click right. It took me back to the weather. So I want you to take 30 seconds flicking back and forth between open applications. Teachers, you can pause the video if need be, and I'm going to move on to how to show all open applications. So if I have a lot of open applications, I just want to see what I have open. What I'm going to do is go back to the left part of my screen, take my finger, but this time I'm going to hold it down. I'm not going to flick it. And I'm going to bring it in and then go back. And when I see all the applications pop up, now I'm going to let go. Okay, so I'm going to click on the weather just so it opens up again. I'm going to do that for you one more time. Take my finger over to the left part of the screen, hold it down, see the application comes out, but I'm going to go back. When I see all the applications open, now I'm going to let my finger go. This allows me to see every application that's open, and I can click them that way using my mouse as opposed to flicking back and forth. But if I just want one to be open again, I just click in the center there. Okay? The next thing I'm going to show you, and teachers, you can pause the video and allow them to practice that feature, bringing the finger in and then back and holding it until they see all the open applications. I'm going to move into splitting the screen. So to split the screen means I want to see both applications that I have open at the same time. So what I'm going to do is take my finger back to the left hand side. I'm going to hold it down just like I did when I want to see applications. But this time I'm going to bring it all the way to the center until that other application moves right, and you can see that black bar. Then I'm going to let it go. This allows me to see both applications that I have available, and I can change the size of either parts of my screen, or pull it all the way back and it'll go back to the regular size. Okay, so I want to do that one more time. I'm going to take my finger to the left, pull the application in the center until I see that other part of the screen shrink, and then I move it back just a tad until the other application moves over to the right. So you have to move it out and back just until it moves to the right, and then let it go, and it'll split the screen. Teachers, once again, you can pause the video and allow the students to practice splitting the screen. I'm going to move into closing the applications. So I'm going to move this tab all the way back so I have one application open. To close it, there are two ways. You can take your finger on the trackpad, find your mouse, hover up towards the right, and you'll see a drop-down menu that allows you to close the application. Or you can take your finger to the top of the screen, hold it down, keep it on the screen, don't let go until you see the application shrink. Then you want to keep holding your finger and flick it to the bottom of the screen. That will close the application as well. So I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to take my finger to the top of the screen, pull it down until the application shrinks, keep my finger on the screen, and then flick it towards the bottom. That will close the application. So teachers, you can pause once again just to let students practice that application. Now that we have practiced closing, looking for all available applications, and splitting the screen, I want to show you what to do with your trackpad. So one of the features for the trackpad is to zoom, where you can open up an image and zoom in or zoom out. It can be kind of annoying when you are typing something or trying to research. So I want you to go over to this icon on the right hand side of your screen, click it, and then choose Properties. Then click OK. Once you have opened up the mouse properties, I want you to select Trackpad at the top of that. Touchpad. Once you have the touchpad open, you want to click to change the touchpad settings. All of yours will probably be blue. I want you to click pinch to zoom, which they're showing you what it does, that you can pinch and zoom in and zoom out, which is cool, except that it works even when you don't necessarily want it to. So you could brush it and then everything in your screen becomes really big. So you want to turn that off, make it gray, then click apply and OK. So the last thing I want to show you is how you can start to look for some of the features for the device on your own. So from the desktop, open up the internet, and your home screen will be BCPS1. And right here where you see a picture of the device, click Learn More. And there are tons of how-to videos on how to do everything. Add a printer, split the screen like I just showed you, setting a desktop picture. So whatever you want to do, some of the swipe features I just showed you, we have videos for that. As always, you can always come to me, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Whitby, or your teacher for additional help, and just try to get to know your device as best you can. Good luck.